Hello, seniors. This is Sue talking to you about the preparations for your pinning ceremony in December. It's exciting. It's not too far away. I know it seems like a long way, but it's not. So we have to get ready for it. So we have some things that happened prior to that. We're doing a senior meeting right now. That's what I'm doing, is a virtual one. We'll do some in person as well, but we can probably do most of this planning online. And I'm going to go to Blackboard in just a moment and show you where I have everything. The live scan currently is booked for October 14th. Now, there may be a possibility this moves to October 7th. I don't think so, but it's a possibility. But for live scan, you have to have sign up on the wiki sheet in Blackboard 284. It costs $79. The individual accepts cashier's checks, money orders, cash, credit cards, but no personal checks. You cannot write a personal check. And you must bring with you picture ID as well as your social security number. The licensing application is done online, and Sandy and Abby will walk you through that on October the 14th or possibly the 7th. And they'll talk about the costs and convictions, etc. There's some details that you have to look into. Rehearsal for the actual event will be at 1 o'clock on that same day, and the pinning will be at 4 o'clock. So we need to talk about the rehearsal, the decorations. What do you wear? You will wear your uniform. And invitations, that's up to you to decide. I will make some invitations that will be sent out to the board of directors as well as the administration of the college. And in recent graduating classes, they've been using Evites, which work just fine. So that's up to you guys. Someone needs to be in charge of that. Programs, that also will have to have someone in charge of, and what goes in the program. You will need to select a person for the Pledge of Allegiance, who will say that from your class. If you have someone who will be singing the national anthem, and it's always nice when it's one of the students. If you don't have anyone that is willing to or can sing it, talk to me. Darlene Burke has done it in the past, and we've had some people do instrumental. That's fine too. So those are things you can think about. You need to select one student speaker, one person who will write a speech and be your spokesperson. So think about that among each other and get someone to do that. You will select also from the full-time faculty someone who assists with pinning, lighting of the lamp, and says the Florence Nightingale Pledge. You'll also need to decide on what music you want for the slideshow, for your processional, for the actual pinning ceremony slideshow, and for the recessional. During the pinning, you definitely don't want any singing, it should be instrumental because the voiceovers are going on at the same time. Decorations and plants to have around. In the past, we have had some luck and not some luck with the horticulture department. Sometimes they will loan us plants, sometimes they won't. So you might want to think about how you want to decorate. And there's a grid following here to help you. This is what the theater looks like if you haven't been there already. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it doesn't look like that. We set it up like this, where there is risers going on. The chairs are covered with white slip covers. They look very nice. That's where you'll be sitting, and you will be coming in down each of the aisles, and then you come across and walk up here, turn around, get your applause, and then go to your designated seat. The podium is here. This is where the master of ceremonies, which is me, will be, and whoever else is talking. Table here is where the lamp is, as well as the pins and the sashes. Flag is here. Faculty usually sits over on this side, and then family's way up in the back. Well, in the front and the back. Okay, so let's move over to Blackboard. And this is where I have created this link, pinning ceremony. The date will be the 17th. This is where you can click on to get your live scan appointment. This is just a wiki. You need to edit the wiki like that. Go in and say wherever you're going to come and sign up for it, and then hit submit. So that's that one. Go back to pinning ceremony. The to-do list and volunteers. Here's a grid set up of all those things I just talked about. I mean, this item has been removed. Okay, the to-do list for volunteers. You click on there, and there is a grid set up for you to volunteer. Let me go into this in a little bit more detail. Programs, we have to have the programs due. I have some examples in my office. If you want to have a poem in there, if you want to write a thank you to your family, friends, whoever, make sure we edit the students' names, and then you also must have the music and the singers' names finished by then. Invitations due by November the 10th. I'll do the administration ones like I said, and then you'll have to do your own for. Okay, that phone's done. Now, like I said, I will do the invitations for the faculty and administration. The slideshow, that needs to be finished by November the 13th. I'm thinking I'll give you a date. No, you guys have to figure that one out. You guys get that. But for the voiceovers, I'll give you a date when you'll go see Nick Nolte to make that happen. The slideshow itself, each student has a slide. Usually it's a collage that they put up with their name and 3 or 4 photos that are meaningful to them, and that's one is put up while you do your voiceover. And then often there's a slideshow at the beginning, which one student could take on as well. You need to select a student speaker, and whoever that is, the speech needs to be speech to Sue by December the 1st. And then whoever you select to do the Pledge of Allegiance, that's a student, and then who's going to do the national anthem, like I talked about before. Faculty selected for the pinning ceremony, it must be someone who is full-time. And if you let me know who your selection finally is, I will make sure that they are asked appropriately. I need someone to iron the sashes. Someone can volunteer to do that. I will get the candle lighters. So I'll sign up for that. Here too. I'll be responsible for that. Decorations. You guys need to be responsible for that. Music selection for the slideshow before the ceremony, and that will also be all due to Mike, so that it's set up before November the 14th. And then the program by November 28th. Any other additional volunteers are there on the bottom. So that's how I've set this up for you to sign up for your duties. The other thing that I have here is, if we go back to pinning ceremony, is a pinning blog. And you guys can just put your ideas out here and create a blog entry like this. Sue's ideas. Let me see. Instrumental music is best. Oh, I can't even spell music. Is best for voiceovers. And then people can come in here and suggest whatever underneath. So this is just an ongoing blog that you guys all can log into and let your voice be heard, so that everyone has some input into the pinning ceremony planning. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will set up a time for us to meet, probably after one of Rita's classes.